Today's lesson's on rational exponents. What is a rational exponent? The exponent is written as a rational number, and a rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. So when we're changing from exponential to radical, the base becomes the radicand, the number becomes the exponent of the radicand, and the denominator becomes the index. Changing from radical to exponential, the radical becomes the base, the exponent of the radicand becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. The index becomes the denominator. So let's look at a few here. And in this first problem, I want to write in radical form. So remember we said base becomes the radicand, the numerator becomes the exponent, and the denominator becomes the index. So we read that as the cube root of 6 squared. Let's look at the second one. Base becomes the radicand, numerator becomes the exponent, and the denominator becomes the index. The fifth root of x cubed. Now we're going to go from radical form to exponential. First thing we need to do is go to the radicand, and it becomes the base. My exponent, which I don't see here, is 1, becomes the numerator. And I don't see an index, so it's understood to be 2. So we have 23 to the 1/2 power. Let's look at the second one. Take the base. Oh, look here. We have 16 and x squared. So let's split it up. 16 has an exponent of 1. So we got 16 to the 1/4 power. And we have x to the 2/4 power. Now, notice, we need to look at the exponent. Can we simplify 1 divided by 4? No, we can't. Can we simplify 2/4? Yes, we can. We can simplify 2/4 to be 1/2. Now, let's look at these problems. We're going to simplify. A to the 2/3 power times a to the 1/4. Well, what does this look like? Something that we've done before? Well, maybe a squared times a to the 4th. Remember, what did we do when we had a squared times a to the 4th? We added our exponents. We got a to the 6th. So here we're going to add our exponents. 2/3 plus 1/4. We get 11/12. Can we simplify 11/12? No, we cannot. All right, number 2. Looks similar, so we're going to add the exponents. When we add 5/3 plus 7/3, we get 12/3, which we can reduce to y to the 4th power. Now let's look at number 3. Does this look like anything that we've done before? Well, it looks like n cubed squared. What did we do with the exponents when we had this? We multiplied the exponents, so we got n to the 6th. So here we're going to multiply the exponents, so 3 times 2/5. What do we get when we multiply 3 times 2/5? We get 6/5. And can we simplify 6/5? No, we cannot. In all of our problems, can we check our answer? We should be checking them using our calculator, either on the home screen or y1, y2. All right, number 4, we have negative exponents. Does that matter? We're still going to multiply. So negative 1/3 times negative 4/5. And we get positive 4/15. And again, check using your calculator. Okay, let's look at these two problems. Well, do we remember when we were dividing exponents? What did we do with our exponents? We subtracted, so 3 minus 2 is 1. So what are we going to do here? We're just going to subtract our exponents. 3/4 minus 1/2. And that is 1/4. And again, we need to check using our calculator. Second problem here. Let's just subtract our exponents. So 1/6 minus 2/3. So we get negative 1/2. If we remember back to laws of exponents, we can't have a negative exponent. So what do we need to do? Same thing as we did with laws of exponent. We make the exponent positive and we move it to the denominator. Now let's look at these. Well, we said before that to multiply, the indexes had to be the same. The indexes are not the same here, so what do we need to do? Well, can I change square root of 17 to exponential? That would be 17 to the 1/2. And I'm going to change cube root of 17 squared to exponential, and I get 17 to the 2/3. Now, since my bases are the same, I can add the exponents. So 1/2 plus 2/3. And I get 17 to the 7/6 power. I might want to check that using my calculator. All right, number 2. Well, we said to multiply, the indexes had to be the same. They're not. So I need to rewrite it using exponential form. The 2's outside, so I'm going to leave it out. I'm going to put these in parentheses. X to the 1/3, y to the 2/3. Now, if we remember laws of exponents here, we take our coefficients and multiply them. We add our exponents. So we have x to the 5/6 power, and we have y to the 17/12 power. And we can't simplify it anymore. Again, we want to check using our calculator. Here's some problems for you to try and turn in. Some more problems for you to try and turn in. And these are the last 2 for you to try.